Are you ready? Yes? Yes? Cool. Let's go. Well, thank you so much once again for joining in. This is Startup 2023, and we are all so excited to have you here with us. I'm Arjun. I'm a UX senior. I'm co-director for this year.
I'm Fozzie. I'm a UX sophomore, and I'm the other co-director this year.
And we will also be your co-hosts through this presentation, going to give you a little bit of information on how to get started and what the next week will kind of look like as you move forward, right? So we spent the last 2 years hosting virtually. COVID sucked, didn't it? Everybody was just like kind of staring at their screens the whole time. Not fun. Well, we're back now, fully in person, kickoff and finals. As y'all can see, we also have a large audience on Zoom, so say hi, everyone. Check mic, check mic. Little blooper, it's okay. Yeah, we have a large audience on Zoom. We've spent the last 2 years virtually, but we're fully in person and ready to go. A special thanks to our sponsors for this year. Really important to note that without them, Startup 2023 would not have been possible. First, YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, for being so gracious with giving us sponsorship for this year, as well as providing mentorship. And we also have Gulfstream Aerospace. Gulfstream Aerospace has been a partner with SCAD for a really long time. We have semifinal judging from them in the form of Amy Martin. Super excited to have them on board, and really opens the floor up for future collaborations. So before we get into the weeds of startup, it's important to give credit where credit is due. We've all worked really, really hard over the last year to bring this event to you in all forms. So let's take a moment to acknowledge our core team. First, we have the visual team. Jackie and Vincent, give them a big round of applause. The startup branding this year has been something special. I mean, obviously it's so beautiful, right? But at the same time, we really put a lot of effort into making sure that it was up to the standard. Jackie and Vincent leading the charge. Our social media looks gorgeous this year again, all them. So thank you. We have Steve, who's somewhere around. He's right there, right there, handling all the video stuff, all the cool stuff, all the documentation, all those videos you see on Instagram. We have that amazing animation built in the front with Lauren and Harshita right there. Really, you see that, super awesome. Our web team. So of course, we all signed up through the website. I'm sure you looked at it. That's Amadeus right there. And Matt, who's backstage, but really just overall fantastic job. Social media really popping off too, right? So it's Fiona in the back right there. Very round of applause. Thank you for socials. And Fiona and Daniel really doing a great job on that end. We have sessions this year as well. So sessions, essentially, we'll talk more about it in a second, but sessions are workshops. Workshops around a lot of different disciplines intended for y'all to use as resources as you move forward into Startup Week. That's Belle and Jess, our workshop coordinators this year. They're upstairs, where you see them. We have over 75 people from the industry coming in to help with Startup this year. Pranshu was our mentor coordinator, and we have Galev as judges. All of y'all people will meet soon. Really excited to have them all on board. Thank you so much, y'all, for your hard work. There's Lage Brown. And our co-directors from last year, event coordinator Amadeus once again, and Lara, who's on Zoom. She's a little sick, but we still love her, and we wish you were here. But thank you all for making sure everything ran smoothly. We have a presence in Atlanta as well this time. Thank you, Greg and Tejal, for leading the charge. There's a lot of people in Atlanta on Zoom right now from Atlanta. It's going to be a fierce competition from all ends. We're really looking forward to that. Big round of applause. Keep clapping, y'all. This is the team that brings this to you, right? Don't let the hype die down. And Brianna she's in the back. She's like kind of hiding away. But Brianna has been, without Brianna, we wouldn't be here. Startup wouldn't happen. SCADpro and FLUX are doing this together. And Brianna has been with us every step of the way, really listening to us vent, die, cry, all those things, and helping us bring what we have here today. So really big round of applause, and thank you once again. Special thanks to our faculty as well, Professor BC, Professor Ascanio, Professor Clark, Professor McLean, and Zach from SCADpro. And we also, yes, thank you so much. And we're also giving thanks to Max, Carly, John, and Seth for helping out behind the scenes. And of course, you guys. Again, we're all here for a reason, right? Startup is a week-long design challenge. We're all here because we're passionate. We want to make something cool. We really want to move forward, help them move forward with our impact, the impact we make as designers. And for that, we have y'all to thank. Startup wouldn't be what it is without the people that participate. So kudos to y'all for being here, and we're excited to take the journey of the next week with you as we move.
So, sorry about that. Did you know we have 33 majors here with us this year? And can you guess how many participants we have signed up? Well, it's 450 people, which will total like about over 100 teams, which is crazy. And you will all be down to 5 for finalists. So it's very fierce competition, but it'll be fun. We have, as Martin mentioned, over 75 people coming here to participate as industry professionals from over 40 companies. And, oh, it's still there, sorry. So from here on out, be ready to take notes. Are you ready? Let's go. Our event schedule. We will have sessions. We will have sessions ready on demand. They're little 15-minute videos, as Arjun mentioned, for you to help learn from different disciplines. We also have a Figma workshop that will be today at the shed at 5. Matt's doing that right there. Gabriel, I thought I said Matt. Sorry about that. So keep your eye out for that on the social media and the website. The first big checkpoint is midpoint, and this is a chance for you to get critique from professionals, get a different perspective on what you're thinking of. You don't have to have a full presentation ready if you aren't ready for that. You're just here to get some guidance, and that'll be over Zoom, and we'll have more information about that later. Talk louder. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. So semifinals is the next big point. That is February 3rd at 11 a.m. That will be virtual, and you'll be put into different judging rooms where you will then be created for finals, which is in person at the SCAD Museum of Art, the auditorium at 3:30, and we will have 5 industry professionals from Google, Tesla, Adobe, Deloitte, and then Squarespace. That's the other one. Yes. And then we'll have a celebration afterwards. We'll have these shirts if you've seen them around. It'll be awesome. And then some nice food and drinks for you all. And then a bonus, we will have portfolio reviews from these people who are here mentoring and judging on Zoom February 4th, which is Saturday. So keep your eye out for that.
Fozzie talked a little bit about mentors, but we thought it would be important to emphasize what a mentor really does for you and how you can use them to best kind of set yourself up for success, right? Each team that participates in startup will be set up with one superstar mentor from the industry. And we have 50 mentors from the industry this time. So again, big thanks to Pranchu. He's all low-key in the corner, but no, big thanks to Pranchu again for that really killer job on the mentorship. Each one of you will have a mentor to work with, right? And this is an incredible once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with somebody from the industry and really pick their brain. You know, ask your mentors questions. Don't be shy. They're here to help. And they've been where you are. They've been where you are. They've navigated the same journey you are right now. So take advantage of that opportunity. Really form a connection with them. They're from the industry. Build that relationship. We really want you to take startup and use it as a springboard for your career, for your life, as you move forward, as you move outside of SCAD. And a large part of that is networking. Networking is something you'll hear over and over as you are in SCAD. And this is a really good opportunity to build a close one-on-one relationship with somebody that can absolutely help you out within startup, but also outside of startup. How should you communicate with them? Well, obviously, ask them when they're free, but at the same time, be proactive. It's important to keep pushing, keep going back and forth. Conversations don't happen by themselves. And really the key for this relationship to flourish is for your team to be proactive and take an initiative when it comes to communicating with your mentors. When do I get my mentor assignment? Well, we'll talk about these details in a second as well, but after this presentation, soon after, you'll receive a team confirmation form, essentially a post-kickoff form. Fill that out, and by the end of tonight or by tomorrow sometime early, we will have a mentor assigned to you. Details given, start talking to them, really take that best foot forward. Don't worry, communication will come, but either end of tonight or by mid tomorrow, you will have a mentor for your team. And now the exciting parts. What can I win with Startup 2023? We have a massive prize pool this time for Startup 2023, $13,500 in total. So yes, woo! Keep building that hype, exactly. Third place gets $500 per team member, which can be up to essentially $2,500 for third place winning teams. Second place is $750 per team member, or $3,750 per team. And first place gets $1,000 per team member, or up to $5,000 per team. We also have a fan favorite. So of course, the fans, they decide this. Students will vote at the end for their favorite project, and you stand an additional chance to win $250 per team. Per team member, I mean, not per team, per team member. But that isn't all. We at Startup are really excited to release this prize this year. We've had this a little version of this last year as well. But a large part of what excites us is listening to your individual voices as creators. It's not just about building the most innovative product, but also like expressing yourself truly. And we really want to hear that story. So this year we have something we like to call the Passion Prize. And the question is simple. What is being a creative to you? This can be taken in any direction, right? Think about this. What does this mean? And you really want to think about this because the winner gets the chance to win $1,000. This is individual, so doesn't have to be a team effort, and it's also optional. So you don't have to do it if you don't want to. But we really, really want to hear your story. We really want to hear what makes you you and what makes you a creative. So take a video of yourself, 45 seconds to a minute long. Again, more logistics coming in the next section. But just wanted to tease a little bit. This is a really cool prize, and we really want to hear back from you and listen to you talk about what creativity means to you. And now we have our winners from Startup last year, Team Fable. They won Startup last year, blew us away with their incredible project. And we would love to invite them on stage and talk a little bit about how their experiences went and stuff they wanted to say to you in terms of how you can best set yourself up for success. Welcome, Team Fable. Thank you for joining us.
Sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Erin Marshall, and I'm an industrial design major as well as a part of Team Fable. I'm going to pass it off to my best friend, Maddie, and she's going to tell you guys a couple of tips and tricks we've learned over the years while participating in SCAD StartUp.
Hey guys, I'm Madeline Buckman. I'm a writing major, and I was part of Team Fable last year. When we first participated in SCAD StartUp during our freshman year, that was 2 years ago, and it was completely online. So we were watching Kickoff on one of our laptops in the middle of Forsyth Park. And so when we were brainstorming, we were looking around and we actually noticed that there weren't any kids playing on the playground at all. And so we did some research into that, and we figured out that there are two main problems with playgrounds today. The first is that there are 80% of kids in America don't have access to a playground. And the second was that the playgrounds that they do have access to aren't good enough for child development. And so we created a mobile pop-up playground experience, which was a playground in the back of a semi-truck, and we called it Wildfire, and we placed third as a team of 3 freshmen, which was super exciting. And so our first piece of advice to you today is to look to your community to get inspired about your project. Look at the problems that you share with your friends, your family, your peers, and your teachers, and figure out what solutions you can provide to them. Last year, we teamed up with Adrian Krozak, now graduated illustration major, but all 3 of us were super committed to the competition. And, after placing third, the only thing on our minds was doing better than we did last year. And spoiler alert, we did. And we came up with, so many ideas. I think we had over 100 different ideas that we went through. We didn't even pick until an hour or 2 before our midpoint presentation, which, was really late in the game, but it was so worth it. And the reason that it took as long as it did is that we came up with as many ideas as our brains could handle. The best time for a bulk brainstorm session is at 3 a.m. And then the second thing was that we did a lot of research, so much so that we didn't even know what to do with it all. so that we could find data to support our potential problems and our potential solutions. And the third thing that we did, which is one of the more important things of doing research and picking your idea, is to play devil's advocate for your teammates' ideas as well as your own. Actively search for flaws and holes and ask questions. And if you can't address those things, then just move on from the idea. And it's a good thing we took as long as we did, because we came up with the perfect idea, which was Fable, an all-in-one fridge, freezer, and hydroponic farm appliance that gives the user the ability to grow their own fruits and vegetables 5 feet from their kitchen table. I think we said that probably 1,000 times this past year. And I think my most important piece of advice overall is that give startup your all. If you give startup 150%, startup is going to give you back 150%. Because even if you don't win, you've learned something, you've learned a new skill, you've practiced your presentation skills. By the end of the week, you're going to have a project that you're really proud of, and you're going to have an amazing portfolio piece to present any employer. And if after startup, you can even keep going with your idea. Don't let it stop at the end of next Friday. Turn it into a business. Fable Appliances after startup became Fable Appliances LLC. And in the past year, we've launched our website. We were invited due to our success at startup at the Creative Business Leadership Department here at SCAD to do a business incubator. They helped us write a business plan, an elevator pitch, and a new pitch deck specifically for investors. And we took that to another business competition in Savannah and placed second there as well. And we also built a low fidelity prototype, which is really cool. But we never would have come up with the idea if it weren't for SCAD Startup. So, give it your all. And a few tips to help you get through this last week: step outside of your major, learn new skills, practice your presentation as much as possible until you know it in and out, manage your time, eat enough food, drink enough water, get enough sleep, take enough showers. And then most importantly, make sure you have fun. You're all here because you decided to do a group project with your friends or some new people you haven't met yet. And you get to collaborate with people outside of your major, which you don't get to do in your major classes. So if you take advantage of SCAD Startup, it's going to be the most fun thing you do here at SCAD. So thank you for letting us share some of the things we learned over the past few years with you guys.
Thank you so much for talking to us about your experiences. Really glad to have you on board. And now, whoa.
It's time.
Are you ready for the big reveal, the theme? Yes? Okay.
3,
2,
1.
embrace the unorthodox. Take a second, read that again. Embrace the unorthodox, right? What does that mean? I'm sure there's questions, right? I'm sure there's stuff that you're wondering, minds are already going in different directions. How do we embrace the unorthodox? Well, really, the intention this year for us is to push you to find your niche. Tech is moving, and the world really is moving at a breakneck pace, and we see new things constantly. What we want you to do with Startup this time is to really push the boundaries of what we understand as conventional design solutions. Be unique. The theme is very intentionally loose, embracing the unorthodox. It doesn't point you in any specific direction other than to tell you to embrace the unorthodox, right? And that is intentional because we want to see how you interpret what that means. That's part of Startup. Really exercise your creativity. Think about where you want to go when you think about that. It can be an idea that's been in your head for the last 2 years. It can be something that is relevant now, relevant in the future. Really, the point is be unique. Find something that you're passionate about and then solve that problem or solve a problem around that area in a unique way. Be unique, really, again, I keep emphasizing this. Unorthodox, unique, new, fresh, innovative, interesting. We've seen so much innovation in the last few years, right? And after a certain point, it all kind of starts to blend in and look the same. So push the boundaries of what we understand as conventional design, run with it, make your own interpretations, justify those interpretations, and just go. Let that mind go. Let those thoughts explore. Just go. We're very excited. We're very excited to see what you come up with and the kind of creative twists you can put on embracing the unorthodox.
All right, so let's get into the weeds a little bit. What do we need from you? So first we need a slide deck, which is basically a presentation, just like what we're doing right now. It'll be a 5-minute presentation. You'll save it in a PDF and you'll have a naming convention that's right here. We'll have a business model canvas, which helps you show how your idea will work in the real world, which is right here. We have a workshop from the past year that you can look at to learn more about how to make a good business model canvas. And then a 30-second video to submit. This is optional, it's for fan favorite. So if you are totally uninterested in this and you don't want to do fan favorite, it's totally fine. But we'd love to see you pitch your idea, create a vision video, and make a story out of what you're creating. And then wow factor. Stand out. What will blow away our judges? What do you have that no one else has? And this isn't just your idea, but also how you are presenting your idea to people. How can you create it in an interesting way? So, due dates. All of your deliverables should be turned into a Google Drive folder, which we'll send to you all later at 10 a.m. on Friday. This is an hour before semifinals, so you have plenty of time. And then for that video, it's the same. And we'll submit it on Instagram and everyone will look, and then there will be a form to fill out to vote, and you'll find out who this winner is at finals. This will be on a Google Drive and then a Google form for the videos and the MVP award, which we'll talk more about in a second. The passion prize, again, the prompt. What is being a creative to you? Remember, this is an individual challenge and it's optional. Record a 45-second, 1-minute video, and then submit it to the forum Thursday, February 2nd at midnight. Remember, this is a different deadline than everything else, so keep that in mind. But how do I win? The judging criteria. You will be graded on your process, your final concept, and how your idea relates to the theme. How do you tie it all together? You'll be graded on your wow factor, your business model, and your storytelling. So keep all these things in mind. And you'll be given back a rubric and scores from the judges so that you can learn and grow as a creative professional. So.
All of that said and done, as we kind of start wrapping up this presentation, we do have resources for you. If you're feeling a little lost right now, there's a lot of things, we've been kind of throwing a lot of information at you. You should have been taking notes. We've been telling you to take notes, pay attention. But if you're still lost, that's okay. That's totally cool. We understand how it is sometimes. So we will send you a folder tonight, and that folder will contain a set of resources. It will contain the judging rubric that Fozzie just talked about. It will contain a list of deliverables, due dates, everything you need to know will be in that folder. We will also package this deck and drop it to you, and a little bit more here and there, past examples from last year and other stuff like that, just to help push you along the right direction, to give you some inspiration, to kind of show you how the process works, right? And really, if you have any more questions over those, please reach out. Reach out to SCAD StartUp on Instagram. Reach out to scadstartup@gmail.com. The website also has our personal emails. Feel free to do that if you want. No problem. Have any questions? Talk about it. Have even small or big, doesn't matter. We want to hear from you. We want to make sure that startup runs as smoothly for you as possible. So please don't be hesitant to ask, any question that might be on your mind. And just a little bit of parting advice before we let you go. Fill out the team confirmation form. This actually isn't advice. This is required. Do this. We will send you a form shortly, not immediately, but in a few hours, we will send out a team confirmation form to all of your emails. Make sure you fill that out. That is crucial to move on to the next step, because that lets us know that you solidified your team, that you're ready to rock, really. Reach out to your mentors. Of course, you have to fill out that form first, and then you will get a mentor assignment. Reach out to them, take that best foot forward, start talking to them and building that conversation with them. Check out sessions. Sessions are really amazing. Our workshop leads, again, have worked super hard this year to collate a really comprehensive and extensive list of materials for you to go through. SCADstartup.com has a section entirely dedicated to sessions. Go check it out. We have a lot of different umbrellas covered, from storytelling to visual design to 3D modeling to just, putting your best foot forward again when it comes to building an innovative product, but also being able to pitch it in the right sense. And really, this is something that's important to remember, right? We're all perfectionists. We all designers by nature are perfectionists, but don't be afraid to fail in your process. Failure is something that is meant to be embraced. And it won't be a smooth ride. Startup's a week long. It's obviously a tighter time crunch than you're probably used to, right? Don't be afraid of embracing those failures. Iteration brings improvement, and really just it's all about how you bounce back from a roadblock rather than get bogged down by it, right? That's what shows true potential. Keep checking your emails, because we will keep communicating via email, and if you don't check them, you will miss out. On that end, if one of you or any of you didn't receive an email from us last night regarding kickoff today, please come and talk to us. We will set you up with the right details, but check your emails throughout the week. We will be communicating a lot of different things, announcements, timelines, folders, other stuff like that, really. So keep your eyes open on your email inbox. And if you are putting us to spam, then shame on you. Take us out of spam. Cool. Most importantly, have fun. This is a competition, right? Obviously, but we're here to have a good time. We're here to make memories. We're here to take a time that we will cherish with us for the rest of our lives. Really, it's about pushing the ideas of togetherness and coming together as a community of designers to create cool stuff that can help take our world forward. Have fun. Really have a good time. Good luck. You got this. We believe in you. Thank you so much for attending. If you have any questions, you can answer them right here, but take it away and get out of here. Start designing. Thanks for coming, y'all.
Thank you.